Hello, this is Abby with Cookies and Crochet, and thought I would pop on today, try to pull myself together and make a video since I haven't done that in a while with me talking to you guys. I know it's been a while, lots of things going on here, so thought I would grab a cup of coffee and share some things. So I know it's been a while. And I'm not sure where exactly to begin, except maybe with I have a different background. Um, we decided to move a few things around here at home since I had kind of my yarn in 3 or 4 different places throughout the house. We decided to move everything into our multi-purpose room, which it was kind of a toy room for my daughters slash game room for my son, and then I had a little corner, which is this space, for my yarn. So we decided to move all of my yarn in here. So my husband put this nice cabinet together for me, and still have organizing to do. The girls now have a little corner over there, which I still need to go through and clean out. I still have some organizing to do, but it looks better than it did. Our living room has more room now, and I don't feel like my yarn is spread out. It's kind of all in one space now, so that's good. So that's one thing. Basketball season for my son is done as of last week. What was their last game. So I am grateful for that. For that, it was kind of a busy season. I mean, basketball season is always busy, but for some reason this year it just really wore me out. It wore me out. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I'm just getting older. I don't know. Anyway, so that's another thing that's been going on. Had some family slash financial things going on in our family. Things are starting to look better. I'm grateful for that, but it has been difficult. I don't want to be the type of person that gets on here and acts like everything is perfect and everything is fine when it's not. I also don't want to get on here and depress anyone or try to make you feel sorry for me or anything like that. I'm just being honest. I'm human. I'm not perfect. My family is not perfect. Not everything goes well all the time. But I will say that the Lord has been taking care of us. He has been providing. We're still here. Praise the Lord. Carries us through each day. Could not make it without him. And so my husband and my children, they are well. But it may be a little bit of a tough year as we kind of look at different things, cutting out things, trying to be more, not resourceful, but just be more careful of where our money goes. So that has taken up a lot of time in the last month, and a lot of thought, and it's a lot of reworking. So because we're a family of one income, I don't work, my husband works, and so we make sacrifices so that we can do that, so that I don't have to put my daughter in a daycare or in a preschool. I can be home with her, and that's the way my husband and I wanted it, and thankfully we've been able to do it so far. So we are grateful for that. Anyway, what shall I get on? Is that all I needed to talk about? I'm trying to think if that's everything. I've been practicing more on knitting. I have not tried to knit a sock yet. I'm still a little nervous about it. I have been practicing. I'm working on a knit scarf. I'm working on a knit throw, like a blanket slash lap blanket type thing. Just practicing my knitting and purling, getting used to holding the needles, and then of course other stitches that I need to learn. But I'm still wanting to learn how to do the knit socks. I'm trying. Oh, okay. So what I've been doing, I did have some socks to share. Oh, and I wanted to talk about the videos I posted the last couple weeks with Sarah, my friend. She is actually a friend of my parents, so she's, my parents' age. She's not my age. But she, invited me to go see that sheep farm, which I enjoyed very much, and I'm planning to go see another one that's local, but it's a different one. Sometime this month, we're planning to go. So that was very exciting because I've never been to a sheep farm before. I do have family north of us that they have a pig farm. And of course, I've been to a cow farm, I think, but I've never sheep farmed. So that was new, and I really enjoyed it, and I learned a lot. And then she invited me to come to her house to have a spinning lesson, and learned a lot there too. And I am intrigued. I would like to learn to spin, or get into that at some point in the future, but I do not own a spinning wheel, and they are quite expensive. So unless, one is given to me or donated, or the Lord provides it, I'm not planning to buy a spinning wheel anytime soon. If Sarah allows me, I would like to go over and practice again on her spinning wheel, and maybe we could actually get some footage of me doing that. We could not, even though I did get on and practice on her spinning wheel when I was there, but because she was directing me, we really had no one to film. My daughter was there playing with her dog. Sarah has a adorable little dog. Anyway, but no one that could film. So anyway, that is why we didn't get any footage of that. So anyway, that was very, very fun. I learned a lot, and I hope you did too. I hope you enjoyed the video, or the videos. Anyway, so I had been working on making some more crochet socks. So the two patterns, the crochet patterns that I've been doing, I've been kind of experimenting with, and I'm trying to get them just right to fit my foot, because there's been some socks that didn't fit quite right, or I wasn't happy with how they turned out. So I'm going to show you these real quick. Now these are DK weight, so these are thicker, and I really like these because here in Illinois it's cold here, and I want nice, thick, warm, fuzzy socks, and the fingering weight just doesn't cover, and it's very thin, and they may be ideal for knit socks, but for the crochet socks that I am making and for the hook size, I've noticed in other crochet sock patterns the hook they call for is smaller. It's like a 2.75, where this uses this pattern uses or calls for a 3.75. So when you have the bigger stitches and you use a fingering weight, you're going to have holes, and our house is almost completely hardwood floors. My feet get cold, and I want something to keep them warm. So I made this sock set, and this is funny. I'm going to tell you about what happened. This is a DK weight, so it's nice and thick and squishy and warm, and it's feels so wonderful on my foot. This yarn I purchased from Hedgerow Yarns, and it is the DK sock set, so it's 75% merino, superwash merino, 25% nylon, and it is the colorway cherry chocolate. So there you go. Can you see that? So, funny story of why these socks are different. So I had planned to do the toe and the heel in the contrast color. But then I noticed, I was like, I kind of like the cuff. Maybe I'll do the cuff and the heel and toe in the brown. Well, guess what? I ran out of the brown. So, this is what happens when you run out of the brown. So what I did was, for the toe, I used the last little bit and did a band. So it's okay. It's all right. I think it's fun. I think it's fun to make your socks kind of, but I really like the DK weight better. I really do. And if you're in a warmer climate and you don't need thick, warm, fuzzy socks, I get it. I understand. And in the warmer months here, I would not wear socks. I would go barefoot or wear flip-flops. So anyway, this is just for me, my own personal preference of where we are. Or if you have carpet throughout and your feet don't get cold. I get that. I understand. Okay. So this is my second set, which I just finished recently, but I washed both these sets last night and hung them to dry. So they are fresh and clean and nice, and I can't wait to put them on. Whenever, just FYI, or maybe you already know this, but I'm just gonna say it. Whenever you finish socks and you wash them, they feel different. They feel more wonderful. They feel more wonderful. I did not wash my first few sets of socks until I had worn them a little bit. And then after I washed them, I was like, wow, feels so nice. So now I'm like washing them right away. And it's just because the fibers relax, and they're just more flexible, and I think it makes them softer. But anyway, so yeah, I washed both these sets last night, hung them dry, and so they are fresh, nice, clean socks. So this is the first set, or the second set, I'm sorry. And I made this with this multicolored, like blue, purple, green, white, is an Epiphany from Crafternoon Treats. That was her January Sock Club yarn. And then the purple that I used for the cuff and the toe is actually from Ellie at Craft House Magic, and it's called Purple Rain. And it was just a mini, I think, a 50 gram mini. So what I did was, because this is a fingering weight, I just held 2 strands together throughout the whole thing, even the mini. And that really worked well. It really worked well. However, I ran out because I made another sock with this in Epiphany just by itself. And when I put it on my foot, it was like those 80s fishnet tights, fishnet stockings. It had holes everywhere because it's a fingering weight yarn, larger hook size, and it didn't fit my foot right. So I started over. So I ran out of the multicolored, so I added in the other yarn that came with that January Sock Club, which was Blue Moon. Okay, so that is the blue. So as I ran out, I added in the blue, so you have a fade, and then it goes straight to blue when I ran out completely, and then I used the rest of the purple. And I actually still have quite a bit of the purple left, even though I did it 2 strands held together. So that kind of made it about the same thickness as the DK, as this. And I'm sorry, there you go. about the same thickness, and I am very pleased with how warm and soft and squishy they are, because that's just how I prefer my socks. I do not wear these with shoes. I want to let you know. I think a lot of people make socks to wear them in shoes. I don't. I do not wear these with shoes. I wear these around the house when I'm in my pajamas and my bathrobe, or if I'm running around the house in my t-shirt and sweatpants. When my feet are cold, I wear these. When I go out and I have shoes on, I put on different socks. So just FYI, because I know a lot of people, I've heard people mention, you know, well, I can't wear crochet socks with shoes. Well, I don't know if I could. I wouldn't want to try, honestly. I wouldn't. So I have a third set that I started yesterday. So all I have to do now, and I am making the cuffs shorter, not really like a shorty sock, I don't think, but just above my ankle. So I'm making the cuff shorter. And all I have to do now is the toe. I think I'm pretty much done with it. And I was gonna do the toe in this really pretty, I think this is called, hang on, I pulled the label out. Okay, this is from Dying to Knit, from Michelle. This is called Apricot Lace, and this is extra fine merino and nylon. It is very soft. It is very, very nice to work with. But again, I did the 2 strands held together. And then this multicolor down here, isn't that beautiful? Well, actually, both of them are beautiful. But, so it's this, it's, sorry about my nails. It's like a teal and pink, and it's got some gray in there. And that is from, uh-oh, where's the label? Hang on, it's in my bag. See, I have everything here. Hang on, my yarn just fell off. Okay, Fiber Fox. I ordered this from Fiber Fox. Hand-dyed yarns. There's the label. It's merino sock yarn, superwash merino, and nylon. And this colorway, it's called Lily Pond. So I was going to, and this is again 2 strands held together, so I'm pulling from 2 cakes for this. And I was gonna do the toe in this color, but I was like, you know what, a gray, a really soft light gray would look really pretty with that, because you know I love gray. So I went looking through my stash, and I found, this is from Giddy Yarns. I bought some of these minis, a pack of gray minis. It was a set. So I started winding this up last night, and tangled, and I couldn't use it. Oh, the colorway is called Drizzle, by the way. Is that upside down? There. Colorway is Drizzle. Beautiful yarn, very soft, very nice. But so I wound up another one, and this is a little bit darker, but I think this will still look good with that sock set. See the 2? I think I will use them together as I can, but I think that'll look really pretty as the toe. I love the gray. So anyway, that's the other set. The other thing that I'm working on, after I do the cuff, to start the leg, you start out with a row of single crochet all the way around. And what I started doing, so it doesn't look like it's, sorry about the lighting, so it doesn't look holy, I go ahead and use that same color. This is when I'm changing colors. I go ahead and do the round of single crochet in that same color, and then I start with the contrasting color, and I do the same thing around the toe. I do 1 row of single crochet in that same color when I'm starting the toe, and then I go into the contrasting color, just because it looks neater. I don't have an example to show you, but I noticed in my other socks, I can't fallen off my desk. I can't explain how it looked, but it did not look, I did not like how it looked. When the stitches were going into the other color, and it would pull on it, it would make it very obvious where you made the color change, and it didn't look it looked flimsy to me. It looked flimsy, let's say that. This looks nice, sturdy, clean cut to me. I'm very picky about visual. So yeah, I started doing that first row in that same color and then moving on into the other color. So I'm very pleased with that. And I learned that lesson making these socks. Of course, in this sock, you can't really tell because they're the same color. I love this, by the way. Cherry and chocolate. Because cherries are my favorite, and chocolate, I love chocolate. So as soon as I got this, I had to make it up. Anyway, so for this one, yeah, I did a row in the brown, and then started in with the other color, the cherry. So I think that is all I had to share. Our weather has been kind of up and down. Oh my goodness. We had some snow and some really cold temperatures, and then it got warm and everything melted, and we had some 50-degree days, and then it got cold again. I kind of sound like I'm getting a cold now. But we have so much to be thankful for. This has been a pretty mild winter. Last winter was pretty rough. We had some very, very cold temperatures last year. I mean, we got down to like 17 below, which is, you know, wow, cold. And it was like that for several days. This year, only one time that happened. It only lasted for about 2 or 3 days. And I think we only got to like 14 below, but and that was at night, overnight. But so I'm really grateful. We have a lot to be thankful for. You know, I've been watching and hearing about the flooding in the small town of Snaith in the UK, because I watched Catherine on Crafternoon Treats. Oh my goodness, those people lost their homes and they're sleeping in a cot at a church. I mean, they lost everything, their home, their valuables. I just can't imagine. And then I was just talking to my dad on the phone, and some really bad tornadoes went through Nashville, Tennessee, which is south of us, and people lost their homes, just wiped out, and some have died. Many have died. I think the count is up to like 19, and several people are missing. They can't find them. You know, and then in China you have the coronavirus, and I mean, people are just, I mean, there's a lot going on. And I know Australia had those brush fires, and thankfully I think that is better now. But you know, we have troubles, but thankfully we have our home. You know, thankfully we have our health so far. Thankfully we have each other still, and we have the Lord. So I'm just going to keep counting my blessings and being grateful and praying for all those that are, you know, going through these rough times. And so I think that's all I had to share today. I hope you all are doing well. I miss you, and I'm not gone. just stepping back a bit. I will still be making videos, maybe less often, but I'm still posting on Instagram. I did want to let you all know that I have gotten off Facebook. I'm taking a break from that, just so I can focus on other things. I need to focus on other things. So I'm taking a break from Facebook. I might get back on, and when I do, I'll let you know. But I am on Instagram. I'm staying there. So if you want to follow me there, I post on there. And I still will be making videos here, but probably not as often as I was before. But anyway, I'm still here and would appreciate your prayers. As we move forward, I know that the Lord is with us and provides for our needs, and I know we're not the only ones. We're not alone. Lots of people are suffering. Lots of people are going through hard times. And I'm just going to be grateful for what we have, what He has given us. And so, anyway, I will close for now. Thank you for watching, and God bless. Take care, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.